What's going on, Fred? Good to see you.
What's up, Bill?
Hey, man, we had a good week last week hanging out, flying together, right?
Oh, definitely.
It
Blast.
was it was a blast, serious blast. But before we get into any of that, man, there's a lot of stuff that happened last week, man. How about that Facebook, Instagram fiasco? What did you think
Oh,
of
no.
it?
I think everybody was lost. We all need to exchange numbers. I know that because I couldn't get a hold of anybody for like
Yeah,
4 or 5 hours. It was
yeah, that,
150 billion or whatever, 150 million users or something.
yep, yep. It sounds like your microphone might be rubbing against something. I don't know what it is. Definitely getting some scratchy stuff. But what do you think, man? Do you think that the government went in there and possibly just wanted to look at the configurations of Facebook before after the 60-minute news detailing all the things that Facebook does to kind of stir up a little bit of trouble and keep the interest going?
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody, they're all crooked, you know. It's all just about the money, really. Somewhere
Okay.
down along the line.
Yeah. Hey, so Johnny's in the house. Hey, Johnny, Matty boys in the house too. Akirasho's in the house. Thanks for coming by, guys. So today's show is going to be basically just talking a little bit about what the Instagram and Facebook, most of all. It caused a lot of issues for everybody. So what do you guys think, man? Shoot us a comment. What did you guys think of that fiasco? Yeah, that 60-minute piece was incredible, man. That lady just had her act together.
Oh, she did. I didn't see it all, but I did catch some of it, like on the world news, like bits and pieces that they show. Yeah,
Right.
she wasn't. She definitely had the inside knowledge. What was it about? The other part was about what's the other one there? The other one the kids use Instagram, is it or something like that?
That is correct. Yeah, they own Instagram also. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so well, I hope everything stabilizes, and we should start getting each other's phone numbers instead of doing the Facebook thing, because that kind of gives you a secondary avenue to communicate. Because I know I was scrambling trying to get a hold of people that I didn't have information, any other way to get a hold of them except for Facebook. It was kind of rough, right? Kind of rough.
It was. It was like a flashback to what, the '90s or whatever.
All right, so I'm going to share a video file, and it is visiting Lake George. Last week I had a chance to go visit. I made it. So we're doing a meetup with Fred right up here in the Adirondack. So can't wait. All right, let's get to it. Talking about some noise. There you go, guys. So here we are, Lake George. Lady. All right, so I'm going to stop it now because I started jumping around and messed everything up. Sorry about that. So one of the things we got a chance to do is fly from that infamous Prospect Mountain. Tell us a little bit about Prospect Mountain, Fred. I mean, why it has so many people going to it all the time.
Well, you can either hike or drive up it. I think that's kind of what attracts people to it too. The fact that you don't have to walk all the way to the top. It's just I forget the height of it here. I was just actually looking it up. I want to say it's like 1,700 feet, something like that.
Right.
Somewhere around there, but it just kind of overlooks the whole, region, whole Lake George, the northern end anyway. You can't see the whole lake.
Okay, and with that said, I want to play this. I'm going to see if I can remove this whole thing completely from Suda, yeah. And I'm going to add it again, but without any audio this time, because I need to jump around. So as you're speaking, maybe I can find the spot you're speaking about. All right, share file.
It's actually 2,740 feet. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, nice. And here's my sleeping quarters. Sleeping quarters in the back. And this is just where I was staying at. This is some of the pictures of the lake, Fred. I mean, I had a really good stay there because I could just walk out of the hotel and start taking pictures. And so these guys, a couple guys in the water doing their fly fishing, and here's Fred flying, looking Long Island here from Prospectors Mountain. And then Fred and I got a chance to fly the Mini 2 and the Mini Pro from Hubsan Zeno. And then here's Prospectors Mountain. Here's the top of the mountain that Fred was talking about. And some of the colors that we saw at the base of the mountain. There's Fred actually working on my Dart XL. And there's the large picture of the whole lake. And some of the big boats that operate tours from there. And there's the boat in the background of the sign. Oh, heck yeah. Here we go. I'll give you $5. Prospect Mountain. Close to 5. Got 45 Really close? All right.
I guess
It's open to the public?
I guess so.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out if we go up there or not.
Yeah. Ain't nobody here. The other one's size is messed up, so I guess it's free right now.
Here we go, guys. Where are we going, Fred? I forgot.
Straight, Prospect Mountain.
Prospect Mountain. What are we doing up there, man? That's going to be fun, huh?
Yeah, just checking out the views.
Yeah. Check out this mountain going up here, guys.
Yeah, there's the big parking lot, then we actually...
All right, I'm going to remove this because Fred is now out of power. I don't know how long he's going to be out, so you guys are going to help me out here and keep the chat going. All right.
I have internet still, thank God.
Thank God, right? That's good. So I noticed if I share a file, I can't take the audio out of it. So I might have to play it on my second screen and play, kind of talk as we're watching the video, because I know we spent a lot of time going up and down that mountain trying to get some good shots, right? And I wanted to keep that conversation going because I think it's worth it, because Prospector Mountain is definitely a place that if you're anywhere in upper state New York, make an effort to get out that way. Lake George is really pretty too. Your thoughts on that, Fred? Garashio's okay, so I am going to play this video on my second screen, guys, and then I'm going to talk about the experience we had flying together in Lake George, and then how the Zeno 2 and the Air 2S compare flying off the mountain, and also the Mini 2 and, you know, the Mini Pro from Hubsan. So let's take a look at that one. Let me pull that up for you guys. All right, videos. There we are. So what? Looks like I lost Fred. I got to add him to the stream. There's Fred.
Back up and running here.
Good, good, good. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. So, I lost my train of thought, so I got to get started again here. Yeah, so I was getting ready to start that video again so we could talk about what we're doing. I know you were trying to get your power back up. That was kind of bad, right? All right, so let me go ahead and play that video and continue talking about it. All right, here we go. Share. I got to share the screen. All right, so here's where we were, Fred.
Yeah, I think the first stop is the best one to fly from, personally. That or the very top.
Yeah, I agree here. We were discussing where we're heading and what we're going to do. So we head up the mountain here, and we stopped at the first observation area here. What do they call it? Scenic View 1 or something? I can't remember. And you can see Fred's coming in here hot and heavy with his Air 2S. He did a quick flight. He couldn't resist. And then we got up the top of the Prospector Mountain, and then we did this walk up here. And it was a pretty good walk. You have to admit. I mean, I had to take like 3 or 4 good 2-minute breaks to keep going.
I think it was what rain. It started to rain. That's why we didn't fly up there, wasn't it, that day?
Yeah. It really got a little dicey. So the trail to get up here is pretty good, and then you can see there's.
That picture doesn't do it justice. It's a lot steeper than that.
Well, you can't see over the mountains. Here we get a little bit of a flat spot. You can see it coming up, right?
Yeah, it's.
And yeah, I mean, it's super pretty out there, and there's a lot of stuff going on. And I'll skip the walk all the way up to the top. And here's what it looks like at the top, guys. And so what you're going to see as we look over the rock is what, Fred?
Well, that's Lake George we're looking at.
Yeah, exactly. Here's Lake George right below us. So you can see a rainbow occurring too. And so this is where we decided to, not to fly from that day. But I came back and flew from here on another day very similar to this type of day where rain was coming. And I'll tell you, by the time I walked down, it was so foggy it was hard to see because of the front that came through.
It's actually Vermont. You see way in the distance there too, like the third mountain back is Vermont.
And that would be here.
Yep.
Back in there, you can see the rainbows sitting right here, guys. And down in here is where there's a big boat ramp. You put your boat in a park. And you saw Fred's hand appear there talking about it. So, and this is when I came back and flew. And
is this what, the Mini Pro?
This one was,
or the Air 2S?
This was the Mini Pro, yeah.
Thought so. Thought it looked like that.
And so this little guy does pretty well, guys. I mean, I would love to fly it all the way down there, but I had some weather coming, and I just did not want to take the chance. I mean, the weather up here, you can already see a raindrop on the right side of the lens. So the raindrop just keep on happening, but that's Lake George all the way down there. You see Killington, like you were saying. From there, you can also see Gore Mountain from up here, I believe you were saying, but you got to look the other way. And you can see the trees are starting to turn too, so we're starting to get some pretty cool colors.
Yeah, they're probably, I would say, twice as colorful as when you were here now.
Yeah.
They're
Next
probably
week.
about midway to peak. I would say
Yeah.
another 2 weeks they'll be
Gone.
peak.
Yeah. I was thinking next week would be the week to be there to really
And then,
watch
you know,
it.
the next really good wind or rainstorm comes, it just knocks them down, and that's it. It's done.
It's done, yeah. Well, maybe you could share a beautiful shot like that for us. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
if your drone goes down here, man, you're not finding it.
No.
Chances are you're not going to find it,
Well, you can't get to it at all either.
and that's the
Well,
thing.
you can,
I mean,
yeah, you
aside
can
from scaling some of that mountain, you're probably not going to find it. I mean, I've got one just off the road. I can't find it. I mean, I eventually found it, but I can't get to it. The first Peony Mini I had is in the tree there.
And down here to the right, upper right quadrant is what Fred likes to fly his plane. Down in there. It's kind of a cool little place. And there's that first landing area, scenic area that we like to fly from, straight down this way to the lake. So, yeah, the flight from up here would definitely be the best. But
Yep,
you're
right there from the end there, I would say too.
Yeah, you might lose your signal a little bit because of the density of the trees as you're cruising down, skimming the trees down to the bottom. You know. Well, one day you'll have, when I'm down at the valley, you'll have to go up there, Fred, and fly your Air 2S down to the valley.
Once I get the plane tuned in, I'll throw it right off the edge of that.
Yeah, but you can land like your Air 2S down there, and I'll put a new battery in it for you. Turn it back on and see if you can fly it back. That'd be something if you could, wouldn't it? It's like a refueling station.
Right.
Yeah. So you got any photos or pictures to share from those days we went out flying?
Not that I can really get on here for you. I mean, I have to send them to you. Nothing that you really don't have to, you know.
Right. So the question, Ray Kelly. Hey, sorry, Ray. I just saw your message. He is currently getting ready to go to Florida. He had a family emergency, and he's going to head down there. So I'll let you. You should reach out to him. I'll let him know you asked about him for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Brad's on the way to Florida, and he's preparing to leave tomorrow morning. I think 5 in the morning, so we'll probably have to get up before, get it all packed up, and get on down there. So wish him safe trip, guys. Yeah, there's no way. What else are you reading in here? Let's see, what does Matt say? Hey, Captain Ray Kelly, yep. Yeah, if you were to lose your drone there, it would not be good. And then we got a chance to fly at the Hudson River, right? And the Hudson River was amazing. That was pretty
Sacandaga.
Cool.
Actually, both. They kind of meet right there.
They meet right there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good spot to do that sphere, whatever you call the sphere picture. You know, the panorama sphere is what I was trying to say. That works pretty well there. Let me see if I can find us a picture from that, man. We had a really good time. All right, so just to give you an idea how big this lake is, let me go ahead and play this. Lake George, where'd it go? Let me look up. It's a time lapse of a range test, so it should be pretty good.
I want to say it's 32 miles long. I know it's 180 feet deep in spots.
Got it.
It's carved out by the glaciers. I can't remember what feeds it other than natural springs. There is some couple things that flow into it.
All right, so let me see if I can play this thing here. Oh, okay, I can. All right, I think I'm ready to share. I'll share it. Okay, this is Lake George, guys. This is right across the street from the Marriott, right in the middle of the city. It's kind of like a happening place where everybody goes and hangs out. And this is what the lake looks like early in the morning. And this is the Air to West doing this flight. I'm trying to get it past these islands over here. And I wasn't able to make it to the islands. And I'm using the digital zoom right here to zoom in. So,
The only drone I have that'll make it there is, believe it or not, is the PME 2020. It will make it to that first little island, Dome Island, I think they call that first little one.
oh, really? From the beach?
Yep, from the beach. Actually, no, from where I take off in the park, way up above. It's 10,000 feet from the lake. I can make it there with the FEMI.
Gotcha.
I actually haven't tried it from that spot that you're standing. Probably about the same as you made it with the Air 2S, you know.
Yeah, I noticed that when I tried to do my range test from the beach, it worked out so much better. It really did. And I didn't use, that really wasn't a range test, really, to be honest with you. All I did is I just flew it. I did do a range test, and it was freaking amazing. I can't believe how good that quadcopter is. It's definitely the best quadcopter to have.
Yeah, there's really no replacing it for anything I have.
Right. So, Akirasho, would you like to join us on the live stream for the next half hour? That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see if we can get him to join.
I will be right back.
Okay. So I am back, so I am going to play a pretty cool range test video that I had going. All right. All right, so this is the range test I took from observation, I don't know, scene number 1 using the Xeno 2 Plus. And it was a pretty freaking awesome flight, dude. I got all the way down this lake, and it was, we're talking 6 kilometers away. And then finally, I lost my signal at 6 kilometers, but it made it 22,000 feet, guys. That's way down there, 4.2 miles. So almost 7 kilometers. It was just crazy how well it went. But the problem was that once it started returning home and lost the signal, I did not get my FPV or my VTX signal to work until I was about 1,000 feet away. Check it out, lower right hand quadrant the whole time. Frozen completely. And there's Nurk's. I'm a big Nurk follower, so if you guys don't know Nurk's channel, you should check it out. Yeah, you see that signal? Lower right hand quadrant. There's no freaking way, and it's flying back on the left side, and you can see my telemetry is correct. But I don't have. There it is, finally got it engaged at 3,000 feet and then flaked out. This is kind of a cool scene though, how the sky and the earth are just swiveling when you accelerate the video to like 12x. Yeah, and look, 800 feet or so, I finally got my signal back. It was just crazy. I couldn't believe it. Hello from the winey country. Hey, Gerald, thanks for joining, man. Yeah, the winey country, yeah. He's got the X8 2020, man. That's one of the better flyers for sure. A lot of people sometimes complain about the little horizon on it, but I don't have any problems with it. I really like that drone. I've been lucky with the Fumi product line. A lot of you guys have not. It looks like Marcus from Idaho Quadcopter is here, but yeah. So guys, this thing went 22,000 feet, just rocked all the way out there. That's how far it went. And this is one of my videos that I'm going to be releasing. So it went 22,356 feet, 4.23 miles, and 6.81 kilometers. Just nuts. That's way out there. Let me add Fred to the stream. Hey, Fred, you're back.
It was a sketchy trip back too, wasn't it? Those
Oh my!
22,000 sketchy.
Yeah, those 22,000 feet. Out of those 22,000 feet, 18,000 of them were like really sucky. Look at here. Oh, not here. Let's see. Oh man, I'm going way too far. Yeah, no video yet. And finally got a little touch of a video at 3 kilometers. And look, it's still breaking up. It's not 2,000. At 2 miles away is when I got the signal back, and then it wasn't really any good.
The camera surprisingly doesn't look too bad on that drone. Really.
I agreed. Yeah, and this is that first observation area that we like to fly from. It was a really nice place to fly from, man. It really was.
There was something in the air that day too that was kind of messing with the signal.
Yeah.
Because even the Air 2 West was kind of like a little bit sketchy. That field way back there is that one we fly from that you can see right there in the corner, left corner.
Yeah, it was just, but you know, overall it came back real well. I mean, I'm not complaining about that, but man, you can't fly like that, you know? You really can't. But it freaking went a long freaking ways. So let me stop sharing that.
He's asking if that's off the card.
Yeah.
I don't want to say his name because I'm going to butcher it.
Akirasho? The video off the card. Yeah, it was the video off the card, but what I usually do is put my screen capture on top and then I mask it. So I have like 6, and so that way all you're seeing is the telemetry. You're seeing the video of the real drone, so it doesn't look crappy. Like, yeah, the Hubsan Xeno product line is crappy until you get to the Mini. The Mini actually is pretty good. It's a 1K video instead of that 720 on the phone. You know, the FPV video back on the phone is not as good as the DJI product. What do you think? Oh, that's right. You don't have the Mini Pro. Sorry.
I don't.
I should have let you float it a couple times when I was there with you. Well, you got to fly the FPV drone.
Yeah, I flew the FPV drone. I flew the Mini too. When we were at the first one there.
Yeah. Yeah, and you flew the FPV, DJI FPV for the first time. How did you like that?
I liked it. It wasn't bad. I mean, it was kind of like any other DJI drone, really. I didn't flip that switch either to turn it into a crashing machine.
Yeah, that was.
I probably could fly it in, whatever mode, but if it wasn't mine, I wasn't willing to do that. I don't want to buy one either to find out.
You don't want to buy one to find out. Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah. All right, so here's the flight that I want to show you. This is the one we did together. Let me see. I'm going to share the screen this time. Let me see if I can add it with audio. Nope, I can't add it with audio unless I remove it completely. I don't think I'm going to add it with audio either. So You ready? I'll play it. This is when we flew the Mini 2. You flew the Mini 2, and I flew the Mini Pro from Hubsan, the Zeno Mini Pro. So here we go. All right, so this is the first landing area. We're trying to fly down there to get to these islands. So it's time to prep up, and you can see down here on the rock. This is the video that I'm going to be releasing here in a little while, probably on Saturday or Sunday. I'll be releasing it this weekend anyway. And sorry for the intro. Forgot it was in there. So there's Fred's Mini 2, and there's my Mini Pro. And so we get them up in the air, we shoot them down as far as they can go. So I really don't like this controller.
The controller's a pain in the freaking ass, ain't it?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of it either, because it's always screwing with my buttons on my phone, you know. Oh, and that's when, you know, the smart controllers would be heaven, right? You just like turn it on and you got your display all ready to go. You don't have to mess with all this crap, right? So we're both taking off from rocks. I'm taking off from this rock here, and then you're taking off from the other rock. And yeah, so these big old boulders that you see here, guys, they were chipped off the top of that mountain. All right, Zeno 2, and then I asked Fred to you know, get closer to get some pictures together, and I'll put my. Oh, it looks like I need to edit the video a little bit more, Fred. Okay, I'll skip forward. All right. And so there's the video from the Mini 2 Pro, okay, on the upper right-hand quadrant, and there's my display, so which is pretty good. It's a 1K display for your phone. So it's definitely rivaling DJI, not only in that display function, but in stability. Because this thing is pretty stable. You can see the video is rock solid. And I'm just getting my camera out to take pictures for, you know, thumbnails. So you see me clicking away, okay, while the Zeno is up there, nice and steady. And then about this time, I asked Fred to bring his over closer. And you can see that now they're right there while I'm taking pictures. And then the bottom of my tripod, I got one of the shorty tripods. So what did you think of that flight, Fred? I mean, did you? I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I made a really dumb mistake. I veered right instead of veering left.
Yeah,
and when I veered right, I dove my signal right through all those trees on the right here, and I lost signal not even a mile away.
Yeah, you'd have got cut short by high winds anyway, because I had to turn around when I got out there.
That's right. You were getting high wind warnings, and the storms were just rolling through here. And you can see this is my telemetry on my Zeno, and I'm just masking those rectangulars to show the telemetry, right? And see, here's where I dive right. You come flying right under me. Check this out. Coming right up. You fly right under me. Wah. And there you go. There you go. You're like gone, man. You left me in the dust. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like 8 meters a second. You're probably doing 10. You're gone. Look, I can't catch you.
Actually, I turned around backwards to look for you, but I could never find you again.
I know. I mean, I can still see you because I can see you moving, like right over Long Island right now. You know, here's where I make the mistake. I was like, oh, I got greedy. Let's go look at the town and see where the hotel I'm staying at. You know what I mean? Because right down here,
there's that hump that comes around, and as soon as you get around that, you're done.
This building right here is the Marriott right here, and this is the high school field. But look, my signals are still strong. I wish I had got more satellites, that 11 satellites. Any comments on the telemetry so far, Fred?
I don't know. I would think you'd have more than 10 satellites. I don't know. Maybe they just got a
Accuracy?
GPS in there.
Yeah, the Xeno product line, to my best of my knowledge, and people will correct me, is they don't have any high wind warnings on that, but on the Xeno Mini Pro. So I went the wrong way. So now I'm like almost a kilometer away, and it really would have been a good shot down there, but that was not a smart move.
Is that full speed with that L?
Yeah, but this is in normal mode. I didn't have it in sports mode. Yeah.
So normal mode in the DJI is much faster than I would say than.
Yeah, you left me in the dust. You had turned around by now, right? So.
I probably have, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
See,
on my way back.
when I turned right, I made that mistake and just kind of screwed this whole thing up because I shouldn't be flying here anyway, So, but that is Lake George. It's a really pretty, beautiful lake, guys. It's a pretty clear day, but the weather was moving in later on that afternoon. All right, so you can see right here, I lost signal at 1.3 kilometers, not even a mile. And that's what it looks like coming back. And here's the location we flew from. This is
Never thought we should have probably got right up on that big rock over there.
Yeah, right up there. I think you're right. That one gives you the best shot. That's why they left that big rock there, I think. There we are. And we had like a lot of people come up and like talk to us when we were flying, right?
Yeah, pretty much everybody that came up there.
Right. So we're just, I was flying from the truck and you were flying from the top of that rock, and it was a good flight, man. I tell you what, guys, that whole area, Lake George, would definitely be a good place to meet up. There's no doubt about it.
There's definitely plenty of places to fly. Plenty of lodging here too.
Well, the flying is what's amazing. You know what I mean? It's just so much. And there's the motorcycle guys that kept talking to you.
Yeah, they did.
And then I had the other couple who kept talking to me, and so I was I couldn't really narrate very well.
Actually, that's been in my video that I just put out, was the other half of this from the Mini 2's point of view, and I actually had to mute out my sound halfway through just because there were so many people talking. There was no point of having it on there.
Well, I'm going to have to do the same thing because the audio is not really, video quality.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, dude, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that whole area there was so beautiful. One of the things that I haven't had a chance to do is view the FPV, the DJI FPV video flying from that first location where you flew your plane. Oh yeah, Fred, pull your friend plane up. Here's Fred's new toy, guys. He's got this. The Dolphin.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, I'm still working on it, kind of. This is the one we did fly eventually, though. After a couple of crash attempts.
Well, tell them the story about the propellers, man. How we got it to go. Look at that white propeller in the back. Show everybody.
Drone propeller?
Yeah. I had a spare 5-inch prop that we ended up putting in the back of Fred's plane to fly it.
There was just something funky with that propeller. I don't know what it was. No matter what way we put it on, no matter what way I switched that motor, it still blew wind the wrong way.
Man, it just broke my heart watching that thing hit the ground, man. I was like, oh. And I'll tell you.
Didn't hurt it, though.
No, it did not.
Oh,
hurt
actually,
it.
it did break the tip of the wing, but you can never tell. I can't even tell you which one it is now. This one right here, right there, just broke that little piece off. Right
That
there.
little piece right there. I mean, but
You
yeah.
can just barely see it. The only reason why you can see it is because it's got a grass stain in there from where it scraped on the ground.
Oh man, when they hit,
It flew good after that, though. I mean, after we changed the prop.
yeah, I agreed it did. And all right, this is the one that I really hate. Oh no, this is. I'm gonna tee up a video where we watch the freaking thing just crash into the ground.
Oh, is this where he broke the nose off the other one?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
That was actually a prop issue too that I've actually since fixed. But
All right, so I'll go ahead and add it to the stream, and you can comment what we're doing. You ready? Here we go. So I have the dart. It's hey everybody, don't mean to get too personal there. All right, so what I'm explaining, I'm about to throw this guy, and Fred's gonna fly it.
actually, I'll grab it right now so I can show you what it looks like now.
Okay. So sorry about the background noise. So it ends up missing. Take off. Take care, Brad.
I think that bothered you more than it did me.
Watch what happens when I throw it, man. I'm just like, watch when it hit. I'm like, oh crap.
That's the prop we need. That's the prop I needed on there right there with that battery that I was using.
Okay, let me look. Let me add it.
Instead of the tri-blade there, I needed this prop. But you can't even tell that it was busted. Of course, I got to put the camera and everything back in it now, but it's ready to fly again.
Well, Banco had messed up my order, and I'm fighting with PayPal now to get my money back because I never received it. And I don't think I'm ever going to receive it. You know.
Probably not.
So,
Once it's lost in the mail, I mean, maybe you'll get it a couple months from now, and being styrofoam, it's probably in pieces.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's done, so I just don't want it, you know.
They lost 2 of these batteries on me right here. Not one, but 2 of them. These big.
Oh my gosh, those Zod batteries are huge.
They're $100 a piece. And they refunded for both of those batteries, and they both eventually came. So I didn't pay anything for those.
Well, you guess what I just got?
Did you open that up yet, or what? Try it out?
No, I haven't opened it up yet. Yeah, I got the peanut guy, so you can see still in the cellophane. Yeah,
That's perfect to stick on any FPV or any drone, really.
No, I agree. Yeah, and I'm gonna I'm definitely gonna wire it to all my quads because I got 3 of them I can wire it to. I only have 3 that I fly. 2 5-inchers and a 3.5 incher, so it's gonna go on there, and then maybe I can buy some extra little cables and make it go on the planes. I'm not gonna do it right off the bat because I'm not very. I've never flown a plane since I was little, so I'm gonna crash a lot more than you have, I bet.
It's like riding a bike, you know.
Yeah, hope it is. I hope it is.
Once you get it in the air, the plane theoretically flies better than you can. You just kind of let it go and just make small corrections, you're fine. You just don't want to overdo it with the sticks like you do with the drones. You don't have to really, turn it too much to make it turn. Just little tiny movements is all you need.
Agreed. I think that'll definitely, it'll go. It'll work. Hey, you know what? You and I were talking about some of the DJI drone latest news. Remember talking about that? Aquiline, what was it? Aquiline Solutions. That's the name of the company. They're pretty interesting. Let's chat a little bit about that. I'll go ahead.
Was that the one out of Connecticut or whatever it was?
Yeah, it was a company out of Connecticut. Correct. Yeah. Let me add it to the stream, and we can look at it. So it's an artificial intelligence company, is redefining drones with the artificial intelligence and a specialized cloud. So they're uploading everything into the cloud, and it looks like they're using a lot of good software that they're pulling off the cloud. But from looks at the pictures here, I mean, they're just using the Phantom 4 to lift up stuff. You see that?
Yeah, definitely a fan.
Yeah, and it's picking up, search and rescue and stuff like that, law enforcement, and then security perimeter utility. But on this picture, they're using the Aspire. So the cloud infrastructure will basically everything's running off the cloud. And so it looks like they're feeding the video back into some AI database that does the data insight. So if they could do it real time, that'd be like fantastic, right? Because if they can feed that stream right back up into that cloud, that'd be awesome. I mean, it could be similar to streaming live from your drone. Right, so if you had some back-end compute power with some algorithms to do a lot of data analysis of the video, dude, you could like really figure out what's going on with stuff real time. So I can see how that would be the key. Definitely having that infrastructure. But the article goes on and says on DJI drone that they were laying off their employees. Is that correct? They were quietly laying off their employees.
Yeah, I think it was. They were saying due to lack of like hardware and stuff, they can't get any parts to make anything.
Really? Wow.
I think that's kind of what they were getting into saying.
Referring that they couldn't put their solutions together because they didn't have any hardware.
Pretty much, yep.
Oh man, that really sucked. Let me see if we can find that DJI drone. Let me see if I can find that here. I'm going to stop sharing while I look. So what components do you think they're not getting? Maybe probably some of the sensors?
I'm not sure. I think it was something to do with the chips or sensors. I'm looking to right now, actually.
Yeah, let's see if I can find it. I think one of the things that, that's now so interesting is if you are taking the feed directly from the live stream and then throw it into some kind of analytic engine in the cloud, that could really turn things, you know what I mean? And now with the so it kind of leads me to the other topic is
So it says it blames manufacturing crisis, is what it's saying, and then it must be hardware issue.
Okay, I can share this screen with you guys and show you what Fred is talking about. Kinetic drone maker lays off 33 employees, blames manufacturing crisis. So it looked like they were making their own custom frame right there on that picture. And from the looks of the stuff on, it looks like they got some custom stuff.
That's got to be like an awesome job to have, you know? Let's just go to work and make drones all day long.
Yeah, let's play with the latest toys, latest development, and in technology, right? And yeah, it's a Connecticut manufacturer. So unfortunately, that's the case. But yeah, it was pretty interesting how they're using their drones. Though I think that was the biggest thing that I noticed is that they're using an artificial intelligence through a cloud-based kind of conduit, So awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I wonder if they're just modifying DJI Phantom 4s.
They are, it looks like.
Or if they're just making their own, you know, from the scratch now. Who knows?
Yeah. See what here's the enterprise solutions. I think that's the same thing that we're looking at. Oh, it's a little different. It looks like they're using the DJI stuff for crop spraying. It looks like, I really don't know.
I've yet to see a delivery drone of you.
No, I have not seen one. That would be awesome to see one, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it. Why not use them if they're there?
I know. So we really miss Brad helping us out here, man. I hope you have a safe trip tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, he was just on chat there a minute ago.
Yeah, I saw him jump in. All right, I'm going to remove that from the chat. You got any things coming up this week about flying or any projects you're working on, drone or RC related?
Not really. I'm still kind of trying to get everything together. It's a slow process. Trying to get the tractor going and getting the parts for this binary. I have to send you a couple bucks and you have to send it back to me on PayPal. I'll talk to you later about it.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'm always interested in.
I can't use my card in China. My bank changed like their policy, so now my card doesn't work in China. So I'm trying to get a $20 part that's like pulling teeth to get here.
Oh man, I'll help you with that. No problem.
So I'll send you like the money on PayPal, and you can send it back, and it'll load it into my PayPal. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
What?
Hey, Mr. Kelly, Ray Kelly, Captain Kelly. Are you in Florida or are you back in New York, Captain?
It's actually nice up here right now. So
yeah,
he's up in New York. He's kind of doing all right.
All right. So the question of the day is this: what drone will you take to spin up? Let us know in the comments below which one you guys are going to take. What are you going to take, Fred?
I'll probably, well, who knows? If I have something new, I'll probably take whatever new I have new. Probably the Air 2S for sure. Take that everywhere I go.
Yeah.
That's probably about it. Seeing as how I'm flying out there, I have to pack light.
Well, you could always say, leave the clothes at home and just take electronics.
I thought about that, just bringing drones and just buying something to wear when I get there, whatever I need.
And guys are funny because they never notice the pants. You could wear the same pants all week. Nobody ever notices. But the shirts you do notice. But if you got a jacket and a couple shirts, you got 3 or 4 outfits right there just by switching them around, right? Just don't spill your coffee on your pants or anything like that.
I don't drink coffee, so I don't have to worry about that.
All right, don't spill your drink on your orange juice or whatever on your pants. Oh gosh.
I drink a gallon of milk a day. That's about it. And a lot of ginger ale.
So you tell me this, Fred. You saw the Mini Pro fly from Hubsan side by side with the Mini 2 and hover side by side. What did you think of the hovering?
I mean, it hovered right there. Didn't move.
It hovered just like the DJI.
Yeah, it did.
It hovered just as good as the DJI, didn't it?
I mean, I wish I could say it didn't, but it did.
No, a lot of people don't like hubs and stuff, but yeah, it flew. It would hover well.
I mean, aside from the range, it was pretty comparable. I mean, but that was just because you kind of went to the side there.
Yeah, but it was slow.
Definitely the speed. I do not like the camera, how you can't turn the camera on before you take off. I don't like that either.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I hate that, actually.
and I don't like to have it hooked it up to my computer with the battery turned on, which then starts overheating and complaining because the transfer's taking too long. Don't like that. So if you had the 128 and you fill it up, that thing is most likely going to start nagging at you about
Probably
it's too
freaking
hot.
melt into your table before you're done.
I don't think it'd be
A
that
big ball of plastic.
You have to scrape it off your desk or your table.
Even the Femi Mini, that gets hot, like to the point where you can smell it, like like warm plastic. I'm sure that one does too. If anybody else though, like have you ever like not opened up like say just your DJI or whatever drone? If you haven't opened it up in a couple weeks or whatever, and you open it up and you get that smell, tell me it doesn't smell like China. Seriously, it has that like I don't know cancer smell to it. Like Jesus, I don't even want to smell it. That just took like 5 years off your life.
The carcinogen.
Oh man, they got a weird smell
box.
to them. I'm sure everybody knows what I'm talking about. That drones have their own distinct smell. You have to know what I'm talking about. Tell me you haven't smelled that. They just have that weird, like, I don't know. All I can say is it smells like China.
I know, right? Hey, Jeremy,
Everybody
thanks
needs to
for
smell their drones.
shout out. Smell your drone. Seems to smell like your feet from China. Yeah, you read about that.
What's it like? Everything's labeled too. It's known to cause the cancer in the state of California. Have you ever seen that on all your RC stuff? Like all the stuff back in the day, like your glow plugs and your fuel and stuff.
It may cause
that. This is known to cause cancer in the state of California. I'm like, well, shit. I'm in New York. I must be all right then, right?
You see what Ray Kelly said? Red said you have to concern when moths fly out of your box, right? So Accuracia is asking, does the husband list compatible GPS satellite system for the Mini Pro? It's a good question. You know, I haven't taken notice. I know it shows it, but I'll have to figure out how to bubble it up to the top. So don't have the answer for that, but I'm going to get it for you. That I will. I like this one the best. I am not the trunk sniffer.
They do. They have a weird like plastic smell that you can only think would cause cancer if you like were in a factory.
All right, so Ray said he's going to be flying at Bill's when he gets to Maddie's Drone World. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, Marcus has been around. And let's see, what has Maddie been up to, man? I haven't talked to him in ages. So Marcus had a run, Maddie had a run. And Rick Kelly's been flying all the way in Florida, man. Oh, man, that's awesome. I wish I was there. Brad's going to be coming. Yeah, the Flatlands for sure.
Florida's like a big swamp. So anybody who's seen it from the air knows it's water and little patches of land everywhere.
Yeah, and, you know, little eyes that come out at night from the water.
Everywhere they build houses, they have to dig a big hole to make a pond, so they got filled to build the houses on.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Ray Kelly, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to run over into your cookie time, man. Go ahead and have a couple extra cookies for me. Lord
I like
knows.
oatmeal, Ray.
Yeah.
Oatmeal raisin.
Does anybody do the dunk test with the cookies in milk? If they don't dunk well, I don't get them. That's my
favorite cookie of all time is Cameo cookies, but they don't make them anymore. Not in this country. You got to order them on Amazon for like $14 a box from Puerto Rico.
Oh, yeah.
They don't sell them here anymore.
Mr. Ray Kelly got everybody going. And Akirasha also gets me going, man. He's such funny guy. So, anyway, we're coming to the end of the show, man. I tell you what, I want to go back to Lake George and definitely hang out, and definitely in the fall, and see these leaves turn. They're going to be turning here in a couple weeks. I might be able to get back up there. And anybody's interested in headed up to New York to check out the leaves, let me know. Maybe we can ride together up there. All right, Fred, I think we're going to drop off. I want to thank everybody for joining. I appreciate you guys joining. Any
Sounds
parting
good,
words? Been good?
No, other than that, see you, I guess, next week.
Yep. See you next week, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. And we'll see you in the next show. Bye-bye.